Hey folks, how you doing? David here in the Vintage Future once again, and I just want to do a quick unboxing, or I guess it's more of like an unbagging of this Pigeon Tree Crafting belt. I'm super stoked. It's my red Tarnsjo belt. I already have this belt. This is a Herman Oak veg tan leather belt that Isaac Paul, he's the owner there. He's the only guy. There's no employees. It's just him. That he made for me. I've been loving this. I got my son a matching one for Christmas. We've been loving them. So I'm going to open this new one and then give kind of a quick review of both of the belts and kind of talk about the company a little bit. Yeah, I don't buy many belts. That's not really like, I'm not really an accessory guy per se, but I do like to find something that lasts me my life. The last belt I had, it still works. I just kind of got tired of it, but I used it since junior high. So I literally wore it for about 20 years. And then I moved on to this one, and I wanted just a second one just to be kind of, give me some variety, you know. So, and then after that, I'm probably done with belts. So anyways, let's jump into it. This is the red Tarnsjo Pigeon Tree Crafting belt. So they come in a package that looks like this. Isaac Paul, as I said, is the guy. He started this in LA, California, Los Angeles, in 2016, January of 2016. I'm filming this early February of 2021, so he's been doing it 5 years now. Pretty cool, and he's been very successful throughout COVID, and I'm happy about that. So, let's see here. Yeah, handmade, Denver. It used to be, some of these you could just click and buy, but he's really popular now, so now there's a kind of a wait time, and I'm fine with that. Handmade goods, right? It's good for us to grow in some patience. We're used to 2-day shipping, and that's cool, but kind of the old way is cool too. So he says, "Thank you, buddy. I hope you enjoy the belt. Cheers, Isaac." Really awesome guy. And he can make modifications too if you want. Like I said, I ordered my son a matching belt, and so he made it thinner. This is 1.5 inches. He made it 1.25 inches, and obviously smaller with some extra holes in it for room to grow. So you can customize stuff. That's the cool thing about these makers. And this is actually a custom belt as well. This wasn't on the website. I just said, hey, could you make me like a belt that has you know, veg tan and then a blue keeper that's leather and copper rivets and all that, and then add another emblem here, a Pigeon Tree Crafting symbol, because I like the symbol. I don't always like brand names. I actually usually don't like brand names, but his I really like. So I was like, dude, can you put another one so that when the belt is, you know, on, you can still see who made it. I want to show that off. So he did, and so I got 2 here and that one. Anyways, this was custom, no extra charge, and my son's was custom, consequently. And this other one that I'm about to show you, it was not. Real quick, the significance to me is I was an electrician for over a decade, so I guess I technically still am. It's not like I lost the skill. And so this is solid copper. It's not copper plated, it's a solid copper buckle, so that's what it represents to me. And then blue always reminds me of my wife, because blue was our wedding color and she has blue eyes. So that's what that means to me. I don't think I've ever told this stuff to Isaac, actually. I think he just knew it meant a lot to me and did it, and I never told him why. I don't know. And then the veg tan, like to many people, veg tan, it picks up a patina over time, and you can follow Isaac's, he started this hashtag called Follow the Patina on Instagram. All kinds of great stuff with patina, but the whole idea is the journey, right? So I got all this, and crocking from my jeans. Pretty cool. Anyways, I also got this key fob thing. This is an actual buffalo nickel, a real one. And so these are cool, nice thick veg tan leather. I have a green Sedgwick one as well. That one is very nice. So really strong, all brass hardware, solid brass hardware. If it breaks, he will fix it because it's guaranteed for life. At least as of now it is. The snap is nice. Anyways, so tons of good stuff from him. I'm really happy with him. I don't get paid to say any of this. It's just, I found him through some friends, and I've always just been super stoked. My friend Dale, Aero Surfer LV, has several belts by him. Dale loves it. I've seen all kinds of people advertise his stuff, so pretty stoked. I love it. Anyways, here we go. Oh, and by the way, the logo there, I asked him, I was like, hey, did you used to be a lineman? And he's like, no. I looked out my window one day when I lived in LA and there was that, a power pole with pigeons on it. And he's like, I thought to myself, Pigeon Tree, nice. So he named the company Pigeon Tree Crafting and got that logo, and I think it looks sick. I think it looks killer. So they all come in a bag like this. I bought my brother one too. So my son's belt, my brother, I got him a green Sedgwick belt. That one's sweet. It's got a brass buckle. They all come in a bag like this. So simple but nice. It's like this mesh cloth material, maybe waxed. I don't know. But anyways, I usually give them to the kids. I don't really have a use for them. And oh my gosh, dude, this is beautiful. I just want you to see this. These are always better in person than the photographs. That's the cool but hard thing about this kind of stuff is like the photographs never do it justice. So the cool thing is once you get it, it's always like, dude, it's way nicer. But the bummer is it's always hard to tell like what it looks like on the photograph. But I think you can rest assured with stuff like this that it's always going to look better in real life. So that's kind of nice. So, dude, this one is solid brass. The other one was solid copper. This is solid brass. It always comes a little stiff, and it wears in over time. Like this one, check it out. Like, yeah. So, and guaranteed for life, so I don't have to worry about it falling apart. Made in the USA. He has these buckles custom made in England, and he has his rivets custom made. They say Pigeon Tree Crafting on them. Very cool. Even the sterling silver ones, which are really expensive, same thing. It says Pigeon Tree Crafting. He's got this emblem, 2 brass rivets, a brass keeper, again solid brass. So even when that tarnishes, if I want to, I can get some Brasso or something, polish it up real nice. And I had him add the extra logo there again as well. Here's the other side, the reverse side, the flesh side. This is 9-ounce Tarnsjo leather from the Tarnsjo tannery in Sweden. Whereas this one is 9 to 10 ounce veg tan leather. The Tarnsjo is veg tan as well, by the way. Veg tan leather from the Herman Oak tannery in St. Louis, Missouri. So I'd never even heard of that tannery, but apparently they make a lot of like this kind of stuff, like equestrian status kind of stuff. Really thick and hardy. Anyways, this is gorgeous. This is beautiful. It's going to age nicely. This is a, man, I would almost say like a, I don't know, a brick red? No, a dark brick red. Very pleasing. Not too loud. It's almost like a brownish red. So the difference between these two, by the way, too, he did not invent this buckle. This is something originally from like firefighting. They use this to bundle their hoses. It's a quick release buckle, so they have their fire hose, and if they need to get to it quickly, I'll just show you how this works in case you're not familiar with this stuff. So you go like this, and you go like this, and whoops. The tension when you're wearing it holds it. I have never, my friend Dale has never, my other friends have never, Isaac has never had one of these buckles accidentally fall open. They don't. I mean, if you push it, it will, but they've never accidentally fall open. And what happens, like say you're the firefighter, you want to get the hose out, you just push this down, boom, the whole thing comes apart. Super cool. So that's where it came from, and he started using it for belts. But then he got this one. He had this made, and he patented it in the United States. So what that means is he owns the rights to the double prong version. And that's why I wanted to get this one. One, I didn't have brass. I wanted to try the brass. That's very, very smart and refined looking, a little dressier, I think. When it tarnishes, maybe not, but initially more dressy. Instead of a leather keeper like on this one, I got the brass. But I also wanted to try the double prong. So not only did I want to try the brass, I wanted to try the double prong version instead of the single prong. So here's the double prong. So you see the double holes there. They go along with it. Same idea, but this one's patented. So if you ever find someone other than Isaac from Pigeon Tree Crafting selling this kind of thing, making it in, I think it's in North America, maybe it's just the United States, that's illegal. He owns the patent to the double prong one. So anyways, I'm stoked about the double prong. As I said, the Tarnsjo Tannery in Sweden, made in the USA, buckle and everything custom made for him in the UK. You know, very cool. So yeah, everything's good. By the way that he has you measure for these, this is on the website, so you don't have to like just take my word for it. You take a belt that you know fits. You measure from the tip of the prong or prongs to the hole, the center of the hole that you use. So let's just say that's 35 inches. So you get the exact measurement. You could do it in centimeters as well if that's what your measurement system is. You measure from the tip of the prong to the center of the hole that you use, and then he will put the center of 5 holes. See, there's 5 sets of holes here. He'll put the center right on that dot. And with this kind of leather, it doesn't really stretch. Most belts, you start out here and then you end up here. I started out here and ended up here because I ended up with some tight pants, and I also realized that I had measured a little off. So this one I changed it, so it's a little shorter. But this belt don't stretch. That's not good English, but not proper English. The belt did not stretch, but it does shape, right? So it starts out straight. See, it's straight, and like most belts, this one's got kind of a curve to it, right? It kind of goes like this. If you look at that, see that? It's kind of got a curve to it. The only belt I've ever had to break in, and that should tell you something. This leather's, it's got some snap to it. It's nice and thick. You know, I'm gonna say that's a solid 1/8 of an inch thick. You know, very thick. As I said, 9 to 10 ounce leather. Anyways, I'm gonna test this out, see how it fits. I expect it to fit well. If it fits just right, it should buckle right here at the middle. And he places these, just so you know, he places these 1 inch apart because he feels, and I would have to agree with him. I've talked to him about this. I would have to say at 1 inch apart, it's the perfect balance between structural integrity and practicality. So if you put them farther apart, it's not as practical because the increments are too large. Like, let's just say this one's too tight or too loose. To go to the next one, if it was farther than 1 inch apart, sometimes it's like, okay, I want it a little tighter, but that's way too tight. Or I want it a little looser, but that's way too loose. So 1 inch is nice in that regard. And then if you were to put them closer together, it's not going to destroy it. But then you could probably argue that you're tampering with the integrity of this belt too much, right? You don't want the holes too close together. Granted, it is really thick leather, so you're not going to really hurt it, I wouldn't think. But it's nice. These belts are thick enough to where you could like hang stuff off of them, like if you have a holster of some kind or whatever it is. Like, this is thick enough to handle it. As I said, there's a little bit of a break-in, so not terrible, but it kind of rubs the edges of your pelvic bones raw a little bit toward the beginning. You can feel that this thing's resisting you, but once it forms, and there's not stretch. The Chrome XL belts that he has, those do stretch, but he pre-stretches them, so that way they don't like go all crazy on you. So those don't stretch at all once you get them, or if they do, it'd be just a little bit because he pre-stretches it. But these ones shouldn't do that. And the stuff that he does, at least the stuff I have, is like an aniline finish. So in other words, this is, because color's not painted on, this is just aniline, and he just edge burnishes it. With like a wax substance, I think. So other than that, it's just raw veg tan. So this is an aniline finish as well. Some of the other ones, like Cedric, I think, are more like a painted leather. That would be the green belt I bought my brother, or the green key keeper like this that I got for myself. I have 2 because I realized I love this thing so much. If one breaks, then I want to have another one on hand. Actually, the snap failed on the green one within a few weeks of me owning it, so he paid for shipping both ways and fixed it for free because he guarantees his stuff. But now I have both of this one and the other one, and neither of them have an issue at all. This one right here, the spring in this is strong, but not as strong as the one on the green one. I think that's just batching. I don't think it's like a different one. I think it's just batching, so just fluke reason the other one has a stronger spring. Who knew? But yeah, let's try this bad boy on, and we'll let you know. So there we are. Looks good to me. Pretty sweet. Yeah, right there. 2 holes. The center hole has the buckle, and that's that, and it's nice. Okay, folks, so that's it. That's pretty much all I have to say about these Pigeon Tree Crafting belts and, you know, the key holder thing. Really cool. I love the stuff. Hit up Isaac. You can find him on Instagram or pigeontreecrafting.com. Check it out. Thanks so much for watching, and let your belt take you to a place more important than the belt itself. Have a great day, guys. See you next time.